Hello, it's Dominique. I just finished this big, I call it a grand album because it's so big. This is a custom order I got after making the super vintage album that I have sent to Rosa Kelly for our scrap. This lady from France ordered me this one, and I'm really happy about the result. And she wanted it big. It's big. It measures, let me tell you, so it measures 7.5 by 8.5 by 4, and yeah, the inside is 4, the inside of the spine here. And I use the Lavender Prima marketing paper collection. I had some left of the 9 by 11.5, and I got this new pad of 12 by 12, and I still have a whole bunch to make another project, but not as big as this one, that's for sure. So in this whole album I have counted 120 photos, and only 2 photos per pocket, and the big pouch at the end I did not put any, did not count, because maybe she's going to put like 50 photos. She can put 50 photos in there. I'll show you how thick it gets later. Or she can put some 3D items in there, because it's like ½ an inch thick. So if she wants to put other than photos, it's the place to put them. So here, first of all, the one I had made before was more vintage. This one has got a little bit more shabby. The lady wanted to have a mix of shabby and vintage. So that's why it has a little bit more of the lace and more of the pale colors. So I'm just going to show you the spine. So I have used black paper. So my spine, after I covered the chipboard, was black in the back. But the lady wanted this lace instead of the faux suede I use very often, because she wanted it more shabby. I think it's more shabby that way. And there was no way I could put that lace on top of the black cardstock, because it was like too contrasting. Like you have black and ivory. It was like, ooh, too much. So what I did is I put the paper that had the lavender color with the smallest flowers on them. Maybe you don't see them, but they're there. We can see if we look closely. And that way it looks much more shabby than if it would have been black. On the back you have this. So here on the front and the back, where I have the meeting of the paper and the fabric from the spine, I have this nice thick lace. On top I put a piece of ribbon that is lavender. It has some glitter in it. And I put this nice trim with the pearls and kind of upholstery. And I made sure that the ends were really nice and tucked with the glue there. And I put this little piece of this little sentiment from the paper collection. They have a whole 12 by 12 of cutouts. And here I have put these beautiful flowers that I got, a long trim I got at Hobby Lobby, just where the ribbons come out from. They're coming out from the paper underneath, like I had thought of putting them before I matted it, because once I had forgotten, so I put the ribbons there and then I put these flowers on top, and I thought it was so nice. I said, okay, I'm always gonna put some flowers there, whatever, even though if it's underneath the paper. Now the front. Oh, here I forgot to tell you about the chain. So here the chain, we have nice charms. So this nice feather here, this little fairy with a heart, cute key. This is a vintage button. Here she has the, this is the Tim Holtz little frame. So I put a little picture there of a young lady. It's very shabby and vintage. And I left the plastic, she can peel it later. And this tassel here at the end, brown, because I thought that brown was good here. There's some brown in there. Either it was brown or black, so I decided to go brown. Here on the front, so here I have this technique where you tear the paper. I have distressed, not everywhere, but some of the papers with this little distresser tool from Tim Holtz. And I made, on purpose, I made those kind of torn more, like here, and you have here too. And I put some glue on top of it so it's really stiff, it doesn't go back. This one maybe I should add a little bit more. And yeah, and I distress everything with black soot from Tim Holtz, distress ink. Here I made a little bouquet. I have a couple of twigs here, and then I have the flowers that are lavender that go pick up the color from here. And I have some that are ivory, a couple of leaves. This is a big vintage button. I had to put 4 layers of chipboard underneath to make it even, because it's so thick. And I have this cute little bottle here with a dove feather in there, and then a little bead which is like pearl. This little spool, this one I have to glue this. Little spool of thread. It goes around like this. Some pearls here. Here I have the Tim Holtz frame. I put one of the sentiment from the paper collection, the cutouts. I put some cheesecloth around it. And here I have this little sack from Hobby Lobby, which they don't make anymore. They don't sell anymore, so I got to make it. So I make them now. There's another card here and I can't get it. I have to get something sharp to go get it. So I have these little cards that go in there, and then here, this one I put some eyelash trim. So it just goes in there. Because this one is so short, it has to have something to grab on to go get it. This one is just the right length for the envelope. So that's the front. And that's it. Put some stickles here everywhere in the book, pretty much. A couple of pages don't have them because I thought it was too much. Everywhere you have some either gray or lavender, I put some silver stickles. Where you have the flowers that are pink, I put pink stickles. When you have those yellowish leaves, I put some gold. And everywhere I have the card that is yellow, I put the gold and the pink cards, whatever, because sometimes I have kind of a collage of cards. I put some pink stickles, and all the flowers, the pink flowers, have the stickles as well. Here I used one of Tim Holtz doorknobs, kind of knobs, if I can call them. And here I have this little thing, little heart with a bling in it. And this little spool I have to cut to glue that. And here the little butterfly, I kept it so I can see. I didn't want to put that too far because I wanted to see the flowers in this thing there. It's pretty busy, but I think it's just okay. So the inside, so don't ask me if I have a tutorial. I do not have a tutorial on this one, okay? So I don't make tutorials when I have big projects. It would be too much because it's a lot of work to make tutorials. So I make smaller tutorials. If there's any technique you would like to see a tutorial of in English, just let me know and I will make you one. If I have made it before, I will guide you to the tutorial I have made in English. And I've made them all in French. So here, this is kind of a folio page. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but there's like 6-7 folds here, so that the page goes like this. So it can be flat, it can be thick, it can be thicker than what I have put inside because I have like pretty much thickness there. But it can go thicker because they're adding some envelopes. And this one here is a little smaller because this one is holding what's all in here and here, so it has to be a little bit bigger. So there's a big magnet there. I put a little clip just in case it gets so big what she puts in there, which it shouldn't happen because I've already counted the thickness of it. So she can use the clip to close it, but there's a big magnet and she can go pretty thick with it like this. It's a little card here, and here you can see all the work of the stickles, like the pink on pink and the gold on yellow, and then the gray or silver on gray or lavender. You can put a photo here. Yeah, a little photo here. So this page can hold 20 photos. I always counted 2 photos per pocket. You can put more, but I counted 2. So that's what I can include in my gussets. But sometimes when it's a ribbon or doesn't have a magnet, then she can put more. So here she has this little kind of booklet that is made with envelopes. So here all the envelopes are stuck one on top of the other, so you always have this little pocket here. So I have included 2 pictures here and one on the photo mat. So you have another one here, here. The second fold like this, it can stay there. Another one here, and I have made all those little collage, what I call incrustations, because it's so fun to make. Here also, tiny, because I wanted to have like, this is 4x6 I think, or 5x7, I don't know. Let me check and see. Yeah, it's a 5x7. So that's why there was not much to put incrustation, but I thought it was worth it. And here you have a big pocket, and then another one here can do journaling here. Another one here. 2 photos in this one because it was big enough to put 2 of them. I think they're 3.5 by 5s. And another one here, and here you can put a photo and do some journaling. And everything has stickles, as you can see. They all have stickles. Not here inside. I didn't do inside. And here, because I have all this thickness here, I could afford to put some something like some trim that is really thick. because it was the space was taken anyways, so there was room. This little ballerina that my mother got at her honeymoon in 1951. So she got like 48 of them. She just sent me 47 because I had to, 46 because I had to. And here I put a little piece of tulle underneath. And I use those little paper clips from Tim Holtz pretty much all over. And sometimes I use the clothes hanger shape paper clip. So that's this interaction here. Next, this is the card that I make a lot. The card. So you have the one that I make a lot is the one that you open. You only have those two first ones. Don't have the third one, and you can tuck something in here. So I counted a picture here and here, and two tuck in there, and then the whole thing opens like this for extra photo here, and I put the stickers all over the place, and here too. So this holds the gatefold closed. So after you open the gatefold, you have those two little pockets on the sides. So I put some tags here. So you can put 4 photos here. And I just made the French video share of this one, and I forgot to talk about these pockets. So here you have these little envelopes. You can put something. I just glued the center so that it can expand. So this on the edges, it's not glued. So if you do that on a belly band or somewhere and you have an envelope, if you want it to expand a little bit, you have to not glue on the edges, just a small portion in the center. And I use those little cute swing tabs there. Same on this side. And here I have made these pockets that go all the way down. So they're one on top of the other. And I have the interrupted image here where you cut just under here, and then when you glue it underneath, then whatever you have the width of the border is interrupted in the image, so that it doesn't like stretch the flowers, and it's really the exact pattern that they had before I cut it. So here you can have photo that goes all the way down here, all the way down there, and there too, and then they go all the way to the edges as well. I do not ever make any more pockets that are glued on the edges. Never ever again. Hopefully I'll remember it. I'm pretty sure I will, because I don't want that. I was not comfortable making them. Now I have found a way to make them always going all the way to the edges, so that's what I do. Here I have 2 little cutouts of the paper collection that I put in the pocket, just to show that these are pockets. Each page, 4 pages, have our envelope page, envelope pocket, pocket page. So you have, I counted 4 photos on each of those. And this one here can hold 14 photos. This is the one I think can hold 14 photos. Yeah. Page 3. So I made a waterfall cascade here. So as you can see, nice paper. You can put, I think it's 9 photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 photos. And this opens this way here. And put some pearls, nice vintage button. And here you have those 2 pages where you have the, as you can see, the punch for Martha Stewart, but I put black paper and I kind of put it down a little bit, so as if it was like shadow. I really like making these pages. When I use the punches, I always have the black cards or a different color cardstock to make kind of a shadow or a different color, so that it makes it like 3D. So these pockets, I counted 2 photos per pocket. And here you have this on-page pocket. Every page has one, like 4 of them. And I matted the back here, so these go in there. I didn't want to make them all the way down. I thought it was enough like this. So this page here can hold 14 photos, plus the mat of 2 on this one. I counted 2 photos on these little mats there. Next page, so here we have a little paper clip, nice part for photo. You can tuck a photo right here, and here you can tuck photos right here and here, and 2 photos here. And then here you have a big one. I did all the incrustations on every one of them. You can put a photo here. I didn't want to mat it because to put a photo anyways, and then it would have been too thick, and there's a magnet right here, so I didn't want it to be too thick. So all these photo mats here, and pocket of 2. And here you have another pocket that I made to kind of assemble some of the butterfly cutouts. It's a page where you have all those butterflies, but I just cut some out and I glued them together to make a pocket. So I put 2 of the cards from the cutouts from the paper collection. to go in there for an extra pocket. And this is magnetized here. Also here, this one. So I use this nice butterfly. I have 4 of them. This is my second, so I don't know where I got them. I hope I can find where, because I only have 2 left. So hopefully I'll find some more and buy them. So here I put some trim and some blings and a little paper clip. This is magnetized. And this one also has the on-page pocket. Here you can do either journaling or putting a large photo. 4x6 can probably, maybe cropped it a little bit and then you can fit in there. And this opens like this. So here you have a large pocket. And I put this little cards that I just folded in 2 and distressed around. So it's kind of a little booklet. And here you have this page again with the double flowers from Martha Stewart. This little cutout from the paper collection. You can tuck something underneath as well. So sometimes you want to tuck a little message there and put something in the pocket. So you have both options, which is good. And here you have another tuck spot again. Open here, tuck spot here, and then next the same as this one here, mirror image. So it's just a little card folded, and they can put at least 4 or 5 photos in there, but I just counted 2 of them. And an extra one here, and that's it. Here I made this little so here this page you can put 10 plus the 2 on the mat here, large mat. So here we have a little journal book. So I made this little journal with tea-dyed paper, a little doily in here, and then a pocket here that is puffed so that it's easy to put something in there. It's glued around because it's just a card, but I made it puffy so that, you know, as you can see, it's puffy. So you can easily put something in there. And then when I had, when I was going to glue the book onto the page, I said, no, I'm going to make a pocket out of it. So I have this card here where you can have 4 extra photos. Goes right there in the pocket behind the little booklet or journal book. And as again, you have this here and the large one here that I made a little tab. Get one there. Same thing. Big trim here, little flower that I made with the paper collection, and a card here. You can put 2 photos in there. So here we have like 2 photos plus the 2 here plus the journal. Here, this one here, I put all the stickers, as you can see, stickers all over the place, some bling, some lace, and then we have this little clock hand. You can turn, opens here, large photo here, large photo here, and then you have a magnet here. You have the stickers all over. I forgot this little butterfly here, so I won't be doing it. All my stuff is packed. I can't open my stuff. So here I have 2 photo mats where you can tuck the photos underneath, the little butterflies. Here the same, and I have a magnet here because I had to change the magnet to a thicker one because it was not magnetizing enough to my taste, so it has a bigger one. It's so you can journal here, put a photo here underneath and underneath here. It opens again with under photo here and photo here again. And here you have a pocket, and here you have a little mat. You can put a couple photos with the picture, and close here, you can journal here, 2 photos in there. So this page has 14 photos altogether. Yeah. Next one. So this one here, I have a booklet in the pocket. This is a kind of booklet where I do all the incrustations, which I love doing. Here I didn't put anything to put a photo because it was so beautiful. Maybe a small one here, but it's the cover. I don't think she's going to put a photo in there. But journaling to see what's in there. So this is all the incrustations I like making. Sometimes I use the cards, sometimes I use just a little strip of paper, and sometimes it's a journal spot, photo mat. Here, journaling, photo, or maybe journaling for the photo here with more journaling here. Nice paper. And then here you have more journaling here, photo here maybe. I would put one here in journal here. This is too nice to put a photo on top. And that's the book. So it goes in the big pocket here. And then here you have this little clock hand again. Opens like this, photo, photo, journaling, and this comes out for 2 more photos. And it has its own pocket, so it's not the same pocket. I didn't want to take this room off of the pocket for the photos on that booklet, so I decided to make an extra pocket on top. And turn this one, so this page here you can put 12 photos. There. Here the big file. So there's a pocket right here with 2 photos, and then I counted 2 photos per envelope, so that's 12, 14. And then here you have more because you have this 4 more photos, so that's 18 of them. And then also you have the on-page pocket with 2 more or 4 more, 2 large ones or 4 small ones. So that's a lot of photos. This one is 18 plus the 2, that's 20 altogether. And this one, last one, is the pouch. As you can see, it can get pretty thick, almost like 5/8 of an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. So either she can put some 3D items or 50 photos. I would put 3D items there, or I don't know, pieces like tickets or flyers or things like that. So I made a pocket on this one, so I counted a couple of photos here. I need to put more glue maybe. And maybe she can put 1. I didn't count this here. So this one is pretty shabby. Very shabby page. Because I had this nice lace that I wanted to use somewhere. So I said, okay, that's the place for that. And I even put some lace here on the front of the gusset. Same here on the bottom. So that's it. That's my book. Really, really happy about the result. It's quite a book. Like, this is so huge. I'm pretty sure the lady's going to be so happy about it. So there you go. If you have liked this one, you can click on that thumbs up button. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. So some quick tutorials in English. Most of them are in French. I have a lot of French people in my audience, so I have to treat them according to their popularity. And so I still do some small tutorials and a lot of share videos. So if you have any questions, any tutorial you would like to see for interactions, not the whole project. I don't do like big projects. I have the folio, Tim Holtz folio, coming soon. So you will see that whole series of tutorial. That will be the last big one. Then it'll be only small ones. So there you go. So also you can check in the comment box. There is some information regarding, maybe you don't have it in my comment box, but now I have a new Facebook page, but it's in French, and Instagram as well if you want to see some pictures. So thank you for watching, and until next time, well, happy scrapping. Bye bye.